On this weekend's adventure, we're gonna show you a simple solution to taking the groceries that you have at home along for the ride. Today, we are unboxing the all-new Anker SOLIX EverFrost 2 electric cooler. With its frost flow technology, it can cool to 32 degrees Fahrenheit in just 15 minutes, meaning that by the time we get this cooler packed up with goodies, it's ready to go. With its own integrated battery system, it allows for a one-of-a-kind experience in taking your electric cooler wherever you go. There are many unique things about this cooler that we will discover along the way, so let's get this thing packed up and head out for adventure. In addition to bringing the cooler, we will be bringing the Anker SOLIX C1000 portable power station as a backup for charging all of our electronics and keeping us connected along the way. Where do you think we're going?
I don't know. I'm excited though.
All right, we'll see. Living in Oregon, there are so many surreal places to explore, one of which is the Oregon coast. This will be my wife's first time experiencing it, so I'll be taking us to some of our favorite adventure spots along the way. After driving all day, we arrive at our first camp spot of the trip, a quick checkpoint before taking on the coast in the morning. This is where I think it's time to break the news. Have you figured out where we're going yet?
No, where are we going?
We're going to the coast. Woo! Let's go! Early the next morning, our journey begins south as we arrive near Brookings, Oregon. This town is a staple adventure spot for anyone looking to find those picturesque views of the beach and legendary rock structures. All right, so we just got back from our morning hike. Real quick, I just want to check the battery percentage on the cooler itself with the internal battery. I want to see where it's sitting. It only took us about an hour to drive here, so we didn't plug it in, and we spent about an hour this morning. So I want to see what the battery percentage is after probably about 10 hours of not being plugged in. After a fun start to the day, it's time to pull over along one of the many beach access pull-off spots Oregon has to offer and make a quick meal for brunch. On today's menu, hot Italian paninis. So a little in-person update as we're sitting here making lunch. One of the cool things that we've noticed about this electric cooler in particular is that since it's got that built-in battery, the whole time when we've been driving, we've had it plugged into the DC port of the vehicle. So it's been recharging it back up the whole way. And that's why you see that it's been at 100% this entire time. It's been well over 24 hours since we left yesterday, and it's still at 100%. Usually when I'm out camping, what I would do is I would plug in the fridge or my fridge before into the DC port of a power station. And specifically a C1000, it obviously has plenty of juice for it to run for a couple days. Luckily, I didn't have to do that since it has that internal power bank. It just kind of keeps it charged on its own, leaving me all of this juice to charge up the rest of my stuff that I have, which is my computer, which is the camera batteries, the Starlink, pop the Starlink up whenever, my drone batteries, everything that I need charged can stay on the charger, and that can be replenished the whole time and not draining from the electric cooler itself. As we travel further north up the coast, there are almost unlimited spots to check out. Since we only have a couple days, we'll be checking out some of the most prime locations and the must-see spots, starting with the Sea Lion Caves. After the sea lions, we continue on hitting a couple unique spots along the way. The Oregon coast always seems to have a magical feeling surrounding it, almost like you've been here your whole life and remember everything, yet you find a new beautiful spot every time you visit. As the sun begins to come down, we plan to be near the beach for sunset so we can have a campfire, cook some dinner, and roast some s'mores while enjoying the beachside view. This is a tradition amongst the locals to come out here and enjoy the sunset along the beach and warming by a fire.
I've got a super spooky story for you. We've been here almost 35 hours now. And the whole time we haven't had to charge this electric cooler once. 99%.
Goodness.
To say that this is the best cooler ever, but I might be saying that it's the best cooler ever. No cooler can you just bring everywhere, pop in the back of your car, and always have it consistently charged when you're on a road trip. I've never had that once. It's like one of the nicest things so far that I've seen. That it's just consistently and always charging. As long as you have a DC port in the back of your vehicle, you're set literally all the time.
It sure has been a long day so far. We're going to pack up and head in for the night to resume our experience tomorrow. The following morning, we start off the day by enjoying a delicious breakfast burrito on the coast before continuing our journey. And just like that, we're back at it, heading up even further north. Oregon's coast is not very long, but it has so many things to do along the way. The one and only Tillamook Creamery is right around the corner, and with my wife being an avid cheese lover, we figured this would be an excellent spot to grab some lunch and pick up some fresh ingredients to take home with us. While we continue our journey, we can't help but to reflect already on all of the things we've been doing. It truly is incredible to have the ability to explore such a beautiful place that is right in our backyard. Our last stop along the coast is Cannon Beach. Cannon Beach is one of those notorious spots that everyone wants to stop because of all of the movies that were filmed here and all the nostalgia that comes this way.
We're at Cannon Beach. This is our last spot of the trip. It is starting to become sunset. The sun is going down behind Haystack Rock, which for some of you guys that don't know was part of the Goonies, and it's pretty cool. So this is the last little part of our trip, and then we're headed home. All right, it's starting to get really windy, really cold, really quick. So we're gonna head out. We're gonna cut Cannon Beach a little bit short, just because it's way too cold. It's like 30 degrees out here right now, and it's windy. So it's probably about 20. So once that sun goes down, it's gonna get even colder.
However, the wind started to pick up, and it being only 15 degrees outside, it started to get really cold. So instead of staying around, we took off and we headed home early. All right, so we've been back for about a week now, and I've been waiting this entire time to do kind of an after trip update on how the batteries held up this entire time, because when we got home, it was still at about 90%. The best thing about it is I didn't have to use this one single time to keep it charged, which normally I always keep my cooler charged through the DC port on my power station, but for this, since it has an internal power bank, it literally kept itself charged the entire way and 4.5 days afterwards. This was charging up my batteries and everything that you saw, you know, my laptop and our phones while we were gone. And the whole time while we were gone for the 3 days, it brought it down to 36%. It took about 65% to keep all of our electronics charged up the entire way, and we didn't have to charge this one single time, which was absolutely incredible. So the big reason why I'm out here just showing you this in person and a couple days after our trip is just because I wanted to give you a real honest opinion of what I genuinely think about this cooler. This Anker SOLIX EverFrost 2, their brand new line electric cooler. This thing is an absolute lifesaver. When you compare it to all the other brands that I've used before, having an internal power bank, just not even having to bring your power station along with you into camp or whatever it is to keep this charged, is one of the absolute most convenient things that I've ever experienced when it comes to camping. So if you guys are looking to get one yourself, look down in the description below. You'll find a link for it. It'll take you straight there, and you guys should be able to purchase one yourself. This is absolutely a game changer when it comes to electric coolers. I highly, highly recommend it. And for those that are wondering why I've shaved the beard and only kept the mustache and a little bit of the beard, it's because we're going somewhere warm, and you will see that on the next video. See you guys soon.